Watch closely. The man stared at the tiny creatures on the screen, unaware that they weren't just digital game characters. They were self-replicating digital life forms, capable of developing their own language. The moment he launched the program, he had already opened a door to madness. As technology collided with human nature, a crisis that could threaten the survival of civilization was quietly brewing. In the year 2029, a shady man named Cameron slipped into a convenience store, grabbed a bottle of whiskey, stuffed it under his shirt, and made a dash for the door. But the automatic doors locked instantly. In a moment of desperation, Cameron smashed the bottle. As stunned customers looked on, the police arrived quickly. They ordered him to take off his headphones and face the camera. Using a high-tech scanner, they extracted a DNA sample. As soon as the results came in, the entire atmosphere changed. He was a fugitive wanted in connection with a murder case, on the run for 20 years. Strangely, Cameron didn't resist at all. His eerie calm made it seem like he'd been expecting this. When police searched him, they found only a pen and a key. Following the clues, they arrived at his home, which was cluttered with empty electronics packaging. One locked room stood out. When they forced it open, they were stunned. The room was packed with equipment. On the center table, a shirt covered the screen, from which strange sounds were faintly emerging.
You hear that?
Yeah.
At the same time, Detective Kano began interrogating Cameron. A camera in the corner of the room recorded every detail. Kano slid a photo across the table, an image of a black suitcase found years ago in a remote field containing a corpse saturated with Cameron's DNA. "Do you recognize this suitcase?" Kano asked. Cameron stared at the photo for a few seconds, nodded, then looked up and said the body was someone whose identity the police had never been able to determine. When pressed for a motive, he suddenly asked in return, "Is this interrogation being monitored? Is it linked to the national database?"
I heard it's the beefiest one in the country. Government issue. Raw power. Very impressive.
Cameron then made a goofy face at the camera and turned to the psychologist. "Is this evaluation for me or for Kano?" After getting a response, Cameron suddenly became animated and began recounting his past. He said he was an only child. His mother was an alcoholic and distant, and his father was abusive and unpredictable. As a kid, he was bullied constantly at school but never fought back. He didn't want to become someone as broken as his dad. As an adult, Cameron worked for Tucker Software, developing a top-secret project. One day, he opened the office door and met Colin, a brilliant programmer who defied all his expectations. Colin didn't have wild hair or look sleep-deprived. He was neat, composed, with piercing eyes. "I've read your articles," Colin said. "You lack confidence. On the page, your writing is sharp. In real life, you act like you're ashamed to exist." Cameron was caught off guard, visibly uncomfortable, but Colin added, "That's not a criticism. I actually admire it. The world is messed up. Fear is a normal response." Then he shut the door, and silence fell over the office. Thus began a conversation that would change Cameron's life forever.